In this video, we'll touch on escalation of the conflict in Ukraine. We'll try to find out what's happening, why is it happening, and could it be a start of a big war. We'll take a look at all the events accompanied the escalation. The biggest limiting on free speech in Europe as example. We'll analyze OCSC reports, trying to understand what exactly wrong on the border. Probably the quick answer to why is this. Zelensky rating crashing down for months. At the end of the video I'll show you the result. Is all that happened helped Zelensky or not? Place your bets. Why the rating is so low? The economics are bad. People hardly paying their rent.
Толпа перекрывает федеральную трассу Киев-Харьков. Нарушено движение общественного транспорта в крупных городах. Люди берут штурмом здания администрации, чтобы узнать ответ на задачу с невыполнимым условием. Как оплачивать коммуналку, если пенсия заметно меньше тех сумм, что пришли в новых квитанциях?
Все вы знаете. 1769. 2000 с чем-то. Как заплатить, люди добрые?
Coronavirus situation bad as everywhere, but late vaccination is an additional problem. Corruption is the same as before. Loud political murders, journalist Buzina and Sheremet, nobody punished. Donbass situation stumped. Oligarchs pressure on Zelensky. Basically, everything is bad for Zelensky. One of the sudden, at February 2, 2021, Zelensky closed up the biggest opposition channels in Ukraine. Finally, he flexing his muscles, as modern journalism called it. That is what they get, bloody pro-Kremlin channels, which dare to say that war in Ukraine is a civil war. And other things, preventing bright democratic future of Ukraine. Soon after, Ukraine also blocked hundreds of Russian websites and some Telegram groups. That's not all. YouTube is another thing preventing the bright democratic future of Ukraine.
Незмінними супутниками інформації є свобода слова та пропаганда і дезінформація. Це засоби масової дезінформації, які прикривають свободою слова, диверсії за інструкціями агресора. Ми зробили і продовжуємо працювати, аби на цих каналах можна було побачити тільки телевізійну, випробувальну таблицю. А в інтернеті, зокрема на YouTube, вони отримали пожиттєвий бан.
But don't think it was easy decisions. Let's wipe every tear from Zelensky's eyes. Meanwhile, the situation on the front line, worsening day after day, reached its climax on February 12. Almost 900 ceasefire violations, the biggest number in years. Of course, media accuse Russia in the escalation. Damn Russia, you again. But I suggest you to look deeper at the front to understand what exactly happened. As we see, almost all of the violations happened near DFS or Donetsk filtration station. What else important here? Almost all the ceasefire violations happened during a bus with a repair team were driving to the plant and leaving it. 8 explosions happened near the plant at the time. You will understand what all this means later. Here another day. And again, almost all of the violations in the same spot. And again, shooting happened during the workers' team trying to get to the plant. And another day. Again, the same spot. And again, the bus. This filtration plant, called DFS in the reports, supplies Donetsk, the center of Donetsk People Republic, with water. It's located in the safe zone, so nobody formally controlling it. The thing is, It's very convenient place for Ukraine to attack. Just a little advance into safe zone, and here Donetsk out of water. Easy to break and hard to repair. It's one of the moment Ukraine successful to blow the repair team. What Donetsk People Republic can do in such situation? Every time DPR needs to repair the plant, they are massing their troops near the plant and provide covering fire at the time the repair team arriving and leaving. And formally, DPR violates the ceasefire agreement. It's a way to blame Russia in escalation at any convenient moment for Ukraine. It will be unfair to say that all the conflict happening around that one filtration plant. We can see other points on the front line where conflict sometimes happening and growing with time. Related to the reports, sometimes hard to say who to blame with it. One side occupied a hill in the safe zone, other side recaptured it, and repeat. What else interesting happened? A few days after, Biden sent a signal of support. But it's more about Crimea. Looks like he's not very interested to support Ukraine in Donbass conflict. At least for now. So, what does all this mean? Is it the start of a big war? What to expect in the near future? Let's listen Ukrainian militaries themselves. No. In the near future, Ukraine cannot afford a real war against DPR. They know for sure, in case of attack, Russia will involve immediate, and Ukraine can handle it. Let's also listen another senior military on strategy Ukraine should pursue.
Буквально на днях була заява Хомчака про те, що ми не можемо вирішити питання силовим шляхом.
На даному етапі завтра ні.
У нього така була. Хочу, щоб всі зрозуміли, чисто військового вирішення питання на Донбасі я не бачу. І Генштаб ЗСУ також.
Аби перемогти в цій війні або досягнути миру в цій війні, нам треба підняти свою економіку, стабілізувати ситуацію політичну в країні, чітко розставити всі питання, що стосуються сепаратизму, колабораціонізму, і придавити цю п'яту колону.
As we see, some of the plans are done.
Той же самий Азербайджан показав, що вони чітко розрахували, вони підготували армію. Так, там активно працювали разом з ними турецькі військовослужбовці. Вони чітко вклалися в це і досягнули результату.
Але скільки вони до цього років йшли? Скільки Україна може до цього йти?
Україна
30 років вони йшли до цього.
Вони йшли 30 років. Ми можемо також йти до цього, там 5-10 років. Саме азербайджано-армянського конфлікту показав, що можна грати в політичні ігри, але при цьому готуватися до визволення своєї території.
Ukraine looks closely to Azerbaijan conflict story, and Turkish drones especially. The drones were a key point of Azerbaijan victory. Ukraine thinks it can help them in the future. Last purchase happened just recently, and I'll remind it purely offensive weapon. Probably that's the mainly answer to the reason of all things happening. Part of the Ukrainians, fed with war rhetoric for years, happy with the escalation. What I think? Ukraine doesn't need peace. It's even dangerous for the current Ukrainian government. Did they really need Donbass? What for? It's a region with a society strongly opposed to the Ukrainian government. It's not their voters. It's a region which needs a lot of money to rebuild it. It's a lot of money even for Russia, more so for Ukraine. So, what to do? Just stop firing and let Donbass vote? The Ukrainian society will explode in that case. So, Ukraine flexing their muscles. as the most honest journalist calls it. They are waiting something. A moment when Russia become weak. A moment of big European war, where Ukraine can take a role. Maybe some naive Ukrainian politicians thinks the escalation will help them to make a better agreement with Russia. So they just wait, and we will wait too. Forgive me for being indelicate, but if you find my work useful, you could buy stuff I made. It's a fun replacement for sticker notes with reminders, which people often leave to each other. Link in description.